Kia ora e te whānau, no mai, haere mai, and welcome again to Te Whanganui Ātara. We are here in the nation's capital at McAllister Park, the team at Ulti TV, to bring you coverage of the 2026 New Zealand Ultimate Championships. It's a beautiful, very sunny, very windy day in Wellington, even by Wellingtonian standards, although the locals might disagree with me on that one. My name is Blair Munro.
And I'm Andy Russlin.
Andy, it's so good to be back here in the booth for an open division game. We have GrYYt. Well, I'm calling them GrYYt. They're GrYYt, but GrYYt and GrYXT, who we may see later on throughout the course of the tournament. Yes, absolutely. So it's GrYYt facing off against OaF, Otago and Friends, who we saw yesterday facing off against the Otakaro Pūtangitangi. An exciting finish. If you haven't seen it, folks, pop it on your watch later because you are going to want to catch that one.
Absolutely.
GrYYt doing some great early work, moving the disc. An immediate rip straight off the bat from Snyder's, looking long, fingertip. Oh, and an attempt at a course correction, but not able to get it.
I think he's called a foul on that. For a second, it looked like he had the angle to come down with it and then slipped, but there may have been some contact that caused him to lose his balance there. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
players are discussing it in any case.
So we'll see how these this resolves. Definite foul call there. Looks like it's going to be contested. So the disc is going to get sent back. GrYYt are going to have an opportunity to go back the other way.
I think there was a misinterpretation of the call.
Bold, explosive first step by Rory Moore on that one. But disc is going to get sent back. Again, the disc in the hands of Andy Snyder's.
Do you put it up again right away?
Why not?
Yeah.
Give it a crack. Give it a red hot go.
He's decided not to, it looks like.
Moore takes the reset in power position. Shifts over. Goes for the low release instead of the long option. Can't connect to Smith. And despite a great loud attempt by Sun, it's not going to come away. OaF have an opportunity. Working, connects with Lily, puts the big shot up, but it's got a high outside edge. Great reel down by Connolly. Connolly puts it through, finds Marsh, who's done some great pulling work for the OaF side. Resets through. And a little simultaneous grab there means the disc is going to go back to the hands of offense. We've got Hutchison for OaF. Scuba over the top. And a sliding take to find Andrew Wilson for the score.
Oh, a kick spike there at the end. I've elicited some groans from the sidelines, I think. But clearly excited to have scored that first point for OaF.
Yeah. Well, we've seen OaF put out some pretty impressive performances so far in the course of the tournament. But a couple of their spikes in the Otakaro Pūtangitangi game when they were able to score not received particularly well, and I think that's been reflected in the spirit scores as well. Now, obviously teams are here predominantly for a medal, but it's never a bad idea to also see if you can walk away with the most spirited team for the tournament. And I think one of the key things is when there are situations where you're checking your spirit scores and saying, hey, actually, you know, maybe some of the behavior that we exhibit on the field isn't emblematic of the ultimate we're here to try and play. But that is going to be an opening score for OaF, so a break to kick things off.
As you say, Blair, OaF having played on this field earlier in the weekend, perhaps they are now a little bit more aware of the swirling gusts, the wind conditions here, and may use that to their advantage, whereas the GrYYt team, this is their first time on this field. The hill does create, the hill that you can see in some of the shots behind the field, does create some kind of interest, shall we say, interesting wind conditions at times.
Absolutely. Marsh going to put it up with a big pull. Floats down at around the brick mark. More early. Working with Nankerville.
Looks like a zone from OaF.
Comes to Smith, finds the inside shot, and it's off the hands of Moore. A little bit of a scramble there. Shimmin, not the one to pick things up and initiate. It's Hutchison again at the halfway, marked by Reddings. Puts a laser show right for the end zone.
Well read.
Beautifully fielded there by Lily. Back-to-back breaks for OaF, but a travel called on the throw. It's going to go back. Not sure if they're signaling for a travel there or trying to reel the disc in using their powers of the mind.
You got to be careful with your celebrations if they're exactly like one of the hand signals that's used to call things.
No, definitely,
yeah.
definitely a travel on that one.
Yeah.
Reddings setting up on the mark again. Hutchison with the disc. A horizontal stack from OaF. Shimon and Marsh available as those resets. Marsh goes for the upline. Shimon gets the second option. Moore tight on defense. Very active. Trying not to leave openings. The higher round goes through. Finds Hutchison. Reddings back on defense. Puts the shot up again. It's high. Blading over. Owen Sun having to get the second attempt there. A big hit onto the disc from Snyders. But you got to catch those discs. Player like Matthew Whitaker underneath it nearly got a second attempt. We're going to see here. He just hit it. And then a bit of awareness. Oh, you can see he slapped the top of the disc. But he was there for it. Smith goes back to Moore. Sun in the midfield. Armstrong stretching the depth. Snyders has it. Tumble in the midfield. A little bit of a trip there. Owen Sun taking to the turf.
Looks like he's okay, thankfully. Give us the thumbs up, the universal I'm okay sign. Disc coming in on 0.
Smith has it. Marked by Marsh. Nankervell back 2. Smith around, finds Moore. Back to Smith, some good movement. The defense slowly pushing them back towards the near sideline. Snyder at halfway. Finds the through shot. Connects with Armstrong. Defense scrambling a bit. Moore goes to Smith again. Inside shot, finds tall Owen Sun. And the around, but it's out the hands of Connor Nankervell.
When you work so hard and work so well to move the disc down the field, it's so frustrating when that one just slips out of your hands at the last moment.
An absolute heartbreak there. Groot wanting to keep the game tied as early as possible before they can start churning back with a string of breaks. That's the ambition. Hutchison engages the midfield. Pushes forward, looking for Potts. A line shot through contact is Lily. Marked by Armstrong, can't stop the around. Low release finding Hutchison. Marsh there as the second option. Pushing through, Potts again. Marked by Nankervell. Big fakes. Hits the drive. What a take there. Miss it. Oh, touches on touches. A little bit of a heartbreak there. Lily goes up for it, but tumbles from his hands.
Just a reminder to never give up on the disc as well, you know?
It's catchable until it hits the ground.
Exactly.
But Groot need this here. Snyder's pushing the wide far side. Over the top of him, missing. Going to come down with that one. Pushes up the line, finding Shimon. Marsh cuts back under, losing more. Looked off in favor of a round reset to Hutchison, who again can't keep it in hands. These lads are a little bit rusty on the sticks in the first couple possessions. Reddings putting it up. Touches off Hutchison. That's a block.
Lovely block. We've got a call maybe? Oh, injury. So Hutchison to reset once we get started again here after that injury.
Marked by Armstrong. Hits the inside. Goes up for Scott. Marked by Moore. A good matchup. Pushes far side for an unmarked Marsh. Snyders closes the lane. Marsh puts up the big shot. Owen Sun in hot pursuit.
Wow.
What a steal.
Oh.
Shuts that one down. Immediately pushing back. Finds Reddings. Continues to the far sideline for Smith. Owen Sun dominant in the end zone. Doing a great job of shutting down those deep options. Some short work. No, I take it back. Long option. Hutchison over the top to find Yo. Armstrong gets around the defense. There's a lot of float. Well found. Finley Armstrong, number 29 for Groot, to pull that one down off a great long option from Ryan Smith to find Yo just outside the end zone as Groot tied the game.
That point started with, for the Groot possession with Owen Sun, and that amazing block that we saw earlier. Really great to have someone with that ability, that height in the back, shutting down those long options. And then you can turn them around right away into a nice point.
Absolutely. I mean, Owen Sun, is, as often as you see him in the downfield as a cutter, as a deep receiver, on defense, patrolling the end zone, because of his height and his ability to just get up and attack discs at their peak, it doesn't discount his ability to play upfield of the disc and just put a comfortable half-field shot out into space on the return journey. So it's 1-1 today, 11.5 minutes in. Race to 15, 90 minutes on the clock. OaF are about to receive the disc. The Iceman, Jeff Burris, puts up the backhand. Good amount of roll. Scrambling for it, they send it deep. Ooh, tumbling off the hands of Chappell. And that is an opportunity. Pentanople has the disc. Hits the reset around, going to Elliott Wilson. Back through to Yo. Oh, an aggressive cut. Schultz gets a handout to it.
We talked about this a little bit in the last game about how catches are harder in these wind conditions, not just the throws, and we've seen that with a lot, quite a few drops in the last couple of points now. Discs hitting the hand and bouncing off.
Graydon Scott has a reset option available in Mance. Elliott Wilson pushing to the far sideline, trying to stop that continuation. Pentanople doing a great job, shutting down Scott, forces the long option through to the end zone. Mance with the foot speed a couple of steps ahead for a comfortable OaF score as they go 2-1.
Great team play from OaF there on that point. Using the width of the field, using a lot of their players, making great cuts. Here's the replay on that score.
Pentanople doing such a good job of shutting down that reset defense or reset option, forcing an upline throw. High stall count. You can see Craddock looking twice to try and engage with Scott, but Pentanople all over that one. Not able to stop Mance, though, attacking that front corner, the most dangerous spot on the field to take the lead again. There is the pull from Marsh yet again. Good amount of float. Nankerval quick recentering through to Moore. Armstrong far sideline, a zone defense from OaF this time. Goes to Reddings on the far side. Sun open in space. Snyder's attacking the deep zone, but marked by Hutchison. Miles Hutchison in the deep space, discouraging those deep options. Moore with a low, flat line shot to Reddings. Armstrong attacking aggressively. An open Smith instead. Chip shot around to Moore to tie the game. It's 2-2.
We've seen a lot of scores down on that far side of the field. And it seems to be working for now, but really good defense from both teams, kind of forcing them to that side of the field. But the offense skill has been just a little bit better and still able to score even though they're pressed way against the sideline there. Here we see the replay. Yeah, not much room to work with, but enough room to work with.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need more. Because his surname was Moore.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Making sure we're
Got
still
it.
awake, folks. How could you not be, though, folks? The energy levels here at McAllister Park are quite high. Groot to send out a defensive line yet again. Wilson, Yo, Pantanople, Jeff Burris, Schultz, and Ridgway. Sends it long. Great long pull, a horizontal stack to start things off for OaF. Mance. Oh, a tip off the fingers, keeps it in the hands of OaF as the reset goes through to Scott.
Oops.
Taking a couple of yards, and there's a pick called. Holland looking like he's fresh off the set of a Miami Vice reboot. The disc goes back to Scott. Big fake. Gets a bite out of Pantanople, allows the reset back around to Mance, pushing far sideline. Mance with a through backhand. Goes to Chappell. Line shot. Yo can't stop it. Mance puts it up. Looking for Mercer. Oh, just outside his reach. And Burris takes a tumble.
Yeah, we may have an injury here. Yeah, that one blading over just a little bit too much for the receiver there. Couldn't quite read it right. Sam Mercer.
Yeah.
Just out of his reach.
So there's a foul called on that one. So we'll just wait for some confirmation as to how this call is going to resolve. We saw it looks like an accepted foul, retracted foul rather, and an injury call. So we'll see Burris take a substitution, I believe.
Yep. Seeing that call repeated there, retracted.
Oh, possibly no injury substitution.
Yeah, at first I thought I saw an injury call, but
Yeah, it definitely did.
he was certainly lying on the ground long enough for an injury, so, but glad to see he's okay.
That's all he needed, just a second to catch his breath.
Yeah.
Yo, he's going to bring the disc to the front of the end zone.
Cuts have started already.
Great undercut by Ridgway, marked by Ruben Orange. Can't connect to Schultz on the upline, resets around to Yo instead. Wilson's an option. Pantanople stretching the deep space. Scott looking for opportunities to be helpful. Burris puts the shot up. Pantanople a separation. Huge layout, and it's not going to be good. I mean, the layout is, but...
Turned again right away.
Well, Groot have a chance here as Yo looks to kick things off. Finds Holland. Far sideline back to Yo. To Schultz. Open. Pantanople gets it now. Burris in separation around. Plenty of float. Goes with two hands. The Iceman comes down with it. The score goes 3-2. Back on serve with a break apiece.
Great break from Groot there. At first I thought that last throw was going to float a little bit too high, but he tracked it really well and brought it down. we see the play developing. I love this cut here.
Such a low release throw.
Yeah, I think maybe he wanted to keep that a little bit lower.
Yeah, I can imagine he would have.
But it didn't matter in the end. His receiver able to track it down nicely.
Yeah, just that float affecting the read a little. There's double coverage. Burris goes up first, both hands making sure it's as secure as possible.
Yeah, textbook.
Despite great closing speed by Craddock to try and make a play.
I really love the cut from Burris being available for his thrower in the end zone there. And then adjusting when he needed to, when the throw didn't go where he expected it to go.
Absolutely. I mean, in other conditions, his separation from the defense would have been enough, but that ability to make a read, hugely significant in conditions like this. We're going to see Marcus Ridgway with the disc.
Takes you from being a good receiver to a great receiver, that kind of play.
Hand is up. The cross step and the put. Good amount of float, but it's looking like it's peeling back. No, touches down inbounds. A great initial position for the Groot defense. But a quick recentering pass sees it in the hands of Mance, who attacks immediately to find Scott. Puts a laser shot and it's peeling over. Craddock underneath. Too easy. 1, 2, 3 passes and they're done. OaF have tied the game with a great hold.
Another great read from the receiver in the downfield with that pass blading over maybe a little bit more than the thrower wanted it to. But luckily we got Troy Craddock in the deep space who can read that the whole way, had plenty of time to get under it.
Yeah, just as it starts to fall in, those discs come through with a lot of edge.
Yeah, not as easy as it looks to catch those. They're coming in fast, they're coming in hard.
What a put.
Luckily, it already had some separation from his defender and had time to get under it, make an easy catch. So this is the makings of a very, very close game. I think we're going to come down maybe to Universe Point, or we'll see. But yeah, this is an exciting match.
Curtis Marsh puts it up. Straight through. Armstrong goes to Moore. Nankerville, Smith circling the midfield. Snyder's cutting in, looked off in favor of short range reset to Nankerville. Comes around. Owen Sun in motion. Low shot through to Smith. Snyder's starting to test the depth of the OaF defense. Resets through to Moore instead. Missing. Aggressive on the mark. Can't stop it going up to Reddings. In a strong position, goes back to a reset for Moore, hits the line shot.
Oh.
Smith misses it just, but Marsh gets a hand in as well.
Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit too.
Immediately stretching into the deep space, Lilly going for it. Missing, circling around, head on a swivel, looking for the opportunities. They're cycling back through in front of the disc. Wide side reset with a lot of float. Favoring offense. Looks like that might stay with OaF, although it's a bit of a discussion. Nope. Oh, maybe. Smith making an argument about a bit of contact, interfering with his ability to make a play first, possibly.
Yeah, hard to tell. Not getting a lot of hand signals yet.
I think I see there Lily's left hand being over, Smith having to come from underneath, maybe meaning that he wasn't able to get to his sort of a higher attack position on the disc. Looks like that's going to be contested, so it's going to get sent back. Hutchison has it. The stall count is still high. The foul on the reception doesn't affect the stall count. So OaF, having spent a lot of time trying to force the disc downfield, not having gained much in the way of momentum from that. Has to go for the short option. A big fake. Pressure, sees the disc hit the turf.
Short field, yeah.
Reddings takes it. Quick, short pass from Owen's son to Ronnie Reddings is going to keep Groot up by 1. The score is now 4-3.
Some discussion maybe after the point there between a couple of the players.
Groot are about to send out their defensive side yet again. 25 minutes on the clock, still early days. 1 break apiece. We are on serve. Score is 4-3. OaF to receive.
This has all the makings of a game that's going to come down to the last point. How much energy do you spend early in the game? How much do you hold in reserve for that last push? How much do you hold in reserve for tomorrow? Hard to think about that when you're on the field and the adrenaline's going and you just want to put it all on the line for that 1 point right in front of you. So, yeah, this is going to be a great finish.
Ridgeway going to pull again for the Groot side. Puts it up. Good float there. An aggressive chase from Holland. Trying to be the first one down as it fades back towards the middle of the field. It's going to be listed. Supported by Mance, marked by Wilson. The fake gets a bite from the defense. The disc goes back to the middle of the field. Mance has it. Immediately giving and going. Orange cycles back in. Mercer gets it. Both hands. Pushes far sideline for Craddock, marked by Burris. And a call in the downfield. We see Holland sitting on the ground, taking a bit of a tumble there.
Looks like an accepted foul. So this is going to go back to Craddock. Figuring out the best way to resolve things, to reset the whole point.
Craddock with a low throw. Finds Scott pushing for Orange. Comes back for it on the outside of Holland, making a bid, and that is going to tie the game as OaF go 4 with a hold.
Love the way Orange attacked that throw. He felt the defender coming on his heels behind him and said, I got to get this disc before they do, and ran it down. Luckily, he was in the end zone. So kind of a bonus. But the idea is make the catch first. Then worry about whether you're in or not.
Yeah. Possession more important than position in a lot of cases. Better to have the disc and be able to connect on the next pass than to not have the disc at all. That low throw.
I can't believe that found its way through all those bodies, but it sure did. And there we go. Can't get over those sunglasses, as you said, the Miami Vice look-alike. I think those glasses are banned in the EU. Should not be legal here either. It's too much of an intimidation factor.
Marsh with a hand up. Putting it deep. High angle. Again, we're seeing pulls with a lot of float, but still well controlled. Touching down inbounds. Armstrong. Marked by Potts, an OaF zone coming down. Pushing to Nankervel to Reddings, far sideline. Connolly on the mark now. Moore filling out the backfield. Little dish through, finds Nankervel. Armstrong's got it. Big fake. Lilly with the hand flash trying to stop the lane. Resets through to Moore. Potts on the mark, can't stop it going back far sideline for Nankervel. Finds the inside shot, he's gone and done it. Smith with a big backhand. Comes forehand side for Sun. Snyder's being an option in the downfield. Woo. Huge bids, not enough. The defense isn't in position, but Readings can't release it in time. Yes, he can. Groot with a great hold, finding Armstrong in the end zone, taking the lead again, 5-4.
Diving bodies everywhere, but the disc still finds a way through for a Groot score, and we've still got a close game on our hands. Hold, 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 hold.
Back-to-back holds have been clean. So both of these offensive sides doing a great job of tightening everything up, making sure there's no errors creeping into their play. We're seeing all but perfect execution throughout these last couple of possessions.
Great bid there from Connolly, unfortunately just out of his reach. And Groot takes advantage. And a somewhat casual kick spike there at the end from Armstrong. And we slowly creep towards half. Remember, first team to 8 triggers the halftime. So still got a ways to go if we keep trading holds like this.
Burris, was that a left-handed pull?
I think it was.
I don't think he's left-handed.
Trying things out in the tournament.
It's clearly working out for them as the pull stretches deep, finds its way into the hands of Liston, who manages to get an inside shot through to No Mercy Mercer. Craddock near sideline, still marked by Burris. Puts the shot up, it's got float. Oh! And it peels away from Ruben Orange for the turn.
Listen, if you're not going to catch it, at least kick it, 20 meters out of bounds, right?
Yeah, give yourself a little bit of time to readjust before you have to go out and play defense. A zesty throw. Whew, had some heat on that one to get that much bounce off the shins. But it's an opportunity here for Groot, and a necessary one.
I think it was actually really a great throw for that situation, and unfortunately the receiver couldn't come down with it, but I like the idea. Oh, disc don't lie. Immediate turnover, and OaF's going to get another crack at it. Pressed against the sideline, though.
Scott has it. Liston takes the offhand, backhand, pushing up the line, resetting to midfield for Mance. Wide and around, Pantano play, out of position, can't stop the next shot. Craddock with the hezzy spike, dropping the disc as they keep the game score even, 5-5.
Love the will he, won't he spike, just keeping us on our toes, keeping us on the edge of our seats. Mere humans would struggle with being pinned against the sideline when picking up that disc, but no problem for these OaF handlers who are well-skilled, well-experienced.
Skilled and drilled.
Absolutely.
Mance. Very active on the mark. Comfortable letting those lateral options move, but a coordinated OaF offense, especially with a backfield player like Scott. I mean, it's the right move to make. You don't want a player like Mance to have an open channel in front of him for an easy score. Mm-hmm. And again, the more passes you can force the opposition to string together, the better chance you have of making a play or having an unforced error creep in. So, one of the perils of Ultimate is that defense can't take everything away.
Absolutely, yeah. If everyone's playing well, advantage to the offense, right?
Mm-hmm. So we are 5-5 at the moment. We'll get that scoreboard adjusted for you in just a second. Snyder's open near sideline. Great line drive to Owen's son. Rory Moore pushing to Smith. Some Auckland veterans here. Goes back to Moore again. Armstrong cutting in. Looked off in favor of a wide around reset to Nankervel. Missing on the mark. Through shot to Snyder's. Waiting for something to develop for them in the end zone. It's not happening yet. They're forced back once more. Back to Moore. Owen's son parked on the far sideline. Readings on an upline cut in a strong position. Moore taking the reset to Owen's son, far sideline. Smith puts the brakes on, gets the turn through the inside break. I think that's Armstrong with the score there. And Armstrong is going to pull that one down. Groot go, Groot. Nope. Groot, Y, going up by 1 again, still holding.
The way that point developed really reminded me a lot of the previous point from OaF, actually, where they started way over on the near sideline and then were able to get a break through the force, and then that leaves a bunch of wide open players over on the weak side. We see a great little fake and inside throw from Owen's son, beautifully taken down, and a little kick spike at the end for good measure. Just a gentle one, though. Those ones I don't mind so much as the I'm going to boot this disc into the sun kind of kick spikes.
Three assists, 3 goals, sorry, for Armstrong for Groot. So doing a huge amount of the downfield work.
Yeah, he's been able to put himself in great positions for his handlers, making great cuts at just the right time.
Ridgway again with the pull. Strong length. Orange to Mance. Puts it up. Peeling back. The Iceman attacks. He's going to pull that one down. It's a block for Burris. Pushes the wide reset. Pantanople gets the disc. Wilson attacking at the far sideline. Comes back for the inside for Schultz. Ridgway was open, but not in a strong position. The shot goes low, and it's a turn, and OaF have an opportunity here to tie the game once more.
Taking their time to set something up. This is an important possession.
Craddock at the halfway, marked by Pantanople. Pushes around, huge layouts, not enough. Mance, quick continuation, but the disc knows that bid by Yo, leaving a fingerprint on the disc, enough to see it fall from the hands of Mercer on a great attack. Pantanople pushing to Wilson, far sideline. Yo, there is the reset from Wilson. Ridgway comes through with it over Liston. Engaged with Yo. Great little backhand up the line to keep things moving. Through shot for Pantanople. Wilson makes his first cut. Schultz takes the reset. Ridgway with a lot of space. Yeah! Well towed in for a strong break.
Oh.
Although,
looks like there may be some disagreement on that. Let's see.
It was a great cut nonetheless.
It was an amazing cut, yeah.
Schultz is the option here on that on the midfield. Ridgway starting his cut. Correction. Looks really, really comfortably in on the replay.
Yeah.
And so that is going to be scored in. That's Ridgway with the score. Schultz with the assist as Groot take a 2-point lead for the first time in the game, 1 away from half.
Great replay there from our camera crew. Shows that he's clearly in. Yeah, it was a really great cut, timed perfectly. The throw floated away from him a bit, but luckily he had the presence of mind to keep his foot in. In ultimate, it's just whatever point of contact you have with the ground when you get control of the disc, that has to be within bounds. So you don't have to have 2 feet in or anything like that. It's just whatever's touching the ground. So he was clearly in on that play. So lovely catch.
Really, really necessary break at that point as well to widen the line.
Yeah, our first break in quite a while, actually. So that may open things up for Groot to take half here if they can get another break. OaF obviously will have something to say about that. As they take possession first.
GrYYt again, pulling from the left side of the screen for a change.
Okay.
Hand is up. A little bit of outside in as it goes back towards the middle of the field. Mance gets the first pass away to Liston. Chappell cutting across, decides instead going for Craddock. Well found, Schultz on the mark. Past halfway now. Mance takes the reset. Nankervel on defense, can't stop it, going back to Liston, then through to Mance again. Some good disc movement from the Otago boys. Shimon getting involved in a bid from Schultz. Craddock back to his feet in good position here. Using his fakes, goes wide and around, connects with Chappell. Right on the doorstep, one more cut. Mercer pops it through to Craddock. He will spike it that time. Back within one, we are 7-6. Groot still up.
Craddock definitely MVP on that point, making himself available for resets, jumping in front of discs, making great cuts. He was all over the field. Definitely earned that score for his team.
Shimon, the half pivot backhand low. Craddock, tumble, springing back to his feet. Then goes wide. Great option in Chappell there. You can see Craddock developing his cut. The scuba over the top to Mercer being the next option. I think GrYYt took that half step back. Mercer took advantage. Good position, but not in bounds. And then from there, with Schultz on the wrong side. Yeah, I think the issue there is that there was no force applied on the mark. And so by the time the cutter had come across the front of the disc, there was no barrier between a quick 1-2 pass, putting that one through. Bringing OaF back within one. The score is 7-6. High floaty pull. Rory Moore. Through. To Connor Nankervel, puts it long early, looking for Sun. Well, great adjustment on the cut to get into a good attacking position.
Injury.
But an injury called.
Such a lovely throw there. It's a shame when those don't come down. But yeah, Owen Sun, normally a very reliable receiver. Perhaps the injury had something to do with him not coming down with it there. Or maybe the injury happened afterwards. Not sure.
We'll have...
Getting some help from from the opposition there on the sideline. What are friends for, right?
We'll see how he's doing in a little bit. Lee Yo, though, is going to take the substitution for Groot.
Hopefully it's just a cramp and nothing more serious than that.
Hutchison takes the reset. The stack set up quite deep of the handler space. Shimon manages to connect with Connolly. Even though it's low, Smith on the mark. Huge touch from Irby. He goes horizontal. What a block.
Lovely
a necessary
layup block.
moment.
That was huge, and maybe that'll give his team the inspiration to take half here. They've got an opportunity.
Moore at halfway. Yo on the up line, nice and easy. Marked by Mance, a step out to try and get around Reddings. Mance stops the low release. Moore wants to find Armstrong, who's cycling through. Nankervel wide open, no mark. Marsh taking his time getting back into position. Smith takes it with one hand. Can they finish? Putting it with a little bit of air bounce. Woo! Well reeled in. Lee Yo with a huge layout to send Groot to half. An absolute performance. Great way to finish that half. Still only 2 points in it. We see here Nankervel in a good position. Smith with the aggressive upline cut. Good separation from the defense. In motion with a little bit of air bounce. The wind falls out from underneath the disc. Yo goes for the layout as it falls to turf. What a find. That is going to bring us to the end of the first half of our GrYYt vs OaF exciting match. Here in Te Whanganui-a-Tara. What a beautiful day in Wellington to come and have a look at the best sport in the world, or the best country in the world. But until then, please stay tuned. My name is Blair Monroe.
And I'm Andy Russlin.
This is the 2026 New Zealand Ultimate Championships, brought to you by Ulti TV.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finny, he's done it.
And we are back, folks, for the exciting second half of this match between GrYYt and OaF. Score currently 8-6 at Te Whanganui Ātara. We're here at McAllister Park.
We have the makings of a very close game here. As OaF comes out, that's a jump ball.
Burris with a Harlem Globetrotters finger spin there. Connecting
Whoops.
back the other way.
Whoops.
Oh, double touch, but it ends up in Craddock, who's just been doing some great work for this OaF side.
Long foot. Whoa, almost got it.
Great layout there by Mance.
I feel like there were some bets made on the sideline at halftime. So how many times can we touch the disc without catching it? Because I counted. They got to get a replay of that. The first bobble and then another volleyball hit.
OaF would be happy about that, but not able to connect to Mance on that deep shot. Finds Schultz. Big shot. Pentano play underneath.
Can he read it? No.
Oh, he could read it, just couldn't get the connection, I think.
Yeah, the disc always wants to fade off to the left coming from that direction with the wind.
Good attack by Mercer to keep that one. Liston puts it up. Scott with great timing, trying for it under pressure. Ridgeway hits the inside, creates an opening for Hammond. Oh, Holland, sorry. Back to Burris. Good take over Scott by Pentano play. Push through to Wilson. And around. And an opening hold. No, an opening break by Groot to take a 3-point lead.
Yeah, a little bit of rust to shake off there after halftime. Sometimes you get a little bit of water in you, a little bit of a rest. It's hard to get that energy level back up again. But clearly by the end of the point, they'd settled down a little bit. And in the end, rather easy score for Groot. Those last couple passes, receivers had some good separation from the defense. Great cut there to get open. So Groot with that break, opening up a 3-point lead, inching ever closer to that 15-point target that we're looking for a victory.
Great find in Holland.
Yeah, got his defender moving in the wrong direction and cut back into the open space, making a nice easy throw for his thrower there.
And 3 clean holds apiece as we hit minute 55 of our 90-minute soft cap. Ridgeway puts up the pull. Mance to Liston, back to Mance. Chappell near sideline, looked off. Liston on a good up line. Chappell the next option in good position to finish. And around. Huge block, clean by Pentano play with a big sliding layout, giving Groot an opportunity to hit double digits. Marked by Scott. Yo takes the reset and a pick in the downfield.
Lovely block from Pantanoply, but now they have a long field to work with here. And the first pass you saw going back into the end zone, which is a little bit dangerous, but looks like they can handle it well.
Good
and now they've opened up some room.
Great under by Schultz. Continues up the line. Pantanoply's got it now. Wilson. Open over Mance. Great through find for Nankerval, but not able to connect. Liston wants to put it up. Looking for Scott. Scott through contact in 2 attempts, but it looks like it's going to be clean. No call.
Yep, everybody looks okay there. A bit of contact, but no call, which is good to see.
Finds Ridgeway, open in the midfield. Nankerval. Back to Pantanople. Through to Schultz. We're seeing the deep cut develop early. Wilson gets it. Around to Yo. Ronan, no, not Ronan, sorry, Blake Nankerval with the disc. Puts it up, looking for Yo. Is it coming back?
No.
Not today.
It's a good idea, but that's part of the reason the defense wants to pin you against the sideline. You just, those throws were that much harder, that much more difficult to finish. OaF with another chance. Yeah, go ahead.
Especially with the wind coming from the far side of your screen to the near. On the low side with a little bit of additional wind assistance to carry that disc out of bounds. So it's going to come back in where the throw went out. Also where the defender made contact with it. Mercer takes the reset. Scott cutting across the front in strong position, gets a huge bite out of Pantanople, opening up a big channel. Yo tips it, and it's recovered by Liston through to Craddock with a layout grab. A great hold, brings it back to a 2-point game, 9-7, Groot over OaF.
OaF pulling closer again there. I'm not sure whether the jump from Craddock was really necessary, but it certainly looked amazing.
That's why you got to do it.
Yeah. When you're on stream, show us your best moves, right? Great block. The slide afterwards was also quite impressive. And another block.
Great work by Pantanople and Yo to cover that one.
Yeah, Pantanople on that last point, working hard on D, getting a lot of good blocks.
But a slide over commitment on that one. Yo, fingertips to Liston for an open Craddock. Oh, the layout was necessary.
Definitely was.
Yeah, absolutely. Super necessary. Groot's offensive line. Armstrong to pick up a zone defense from OaF. Back to Moore. Wide open, Nankerval can continue through to Smith. Owen Sun. Plenty of space. Nankerval has it. Goes back to Smith, comes around. It's high. Theo missing, getting a block, but there's going to be a conversation. Looks like there's no call.
No call, yep.
Immediately puts the shot up. Too long. Some good old-fashioned huck and D for OaF to try and put some scores on the board here.
It's a strategy.
Moore can't connect with Nankerval. Who's got it? Yes, he does. Goes through to Sun. Gets some movement from Hutchison. Good attempt by Connolly. Pressure on the defense. Reddings in motion. Some great throw and go. Goes back to Armstrong. Working in the handler set for Groot. Pushing for Sun on the far sideline. Big shot up and over. to Ronnie Reddings for the score. He'll be happy about that. We saw him at the commentary booth doing a little bit of warming up before the game. Checked in instead of just double check if everything was going. Feeling a little stiff. Clearly, that's no longer an issue for him in the second half with a great hold by Groot to retain that 3-point lead.
Yeah, either that or he was lying to us, one of the two. Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
A little bit of verbal sandbagging so that he looks all the more impressive when he's out on the field.
Yeah, as you mentioned during the call there, Blair, there was a lot of really nice handler movement, as we're seeing in the replay here, to finally open things up for Owen's son, and then he's in a power position and has a cutter going downfield for him. That was really nice organized play from Groot on that one.
Such a good sequence there.
Yeah, lovely.
And they've gone double digits now with a 3-point lead. Ridgeway to pull yet again.
So OaF did have a break earlier in the game, so they know they can do it. So a 3-point lead is not insurmountable by any means.
Great pull. Liston. Oh, Yo, shutting down the first pass with some great defense over Mance, and it's going to come from his hands. Wilson immediately making things move, goes to Yo, hits the shimmy, Schultz for the reset. Pushes far sideline, Wilson can't control it.
OaF taking their time setting this up.
Craddock through to Orange. And around, it's a turn and an opportunity here. Pressure from Ridgeway causing that throw to go a little bit higher of an angle than Orange intended.
Yeah, he'll want that one back.
Ridgeway takes the low under. Reset around to Yo. Panta no play, so explosive. Doesn't commit to the near sideline though. Ronan, Nankerveld. Ooh, turfs on the return journey. Liston puts the big shot up, looking for Scott.
Ooh.
Huge, heavy layout. That one's going to echo.
Yeah, injury. Put everything on the line for his team. Paying the penalty, unfortunately. Oh, he's limping a bit.
Huge body play.
Oof. Or OaF, should I say.
64.5 minutes in, Hutchison to take the substitution. The disc is checked in.
I think maybe on a calmer day that throw would have floated just a little bit more and he would have been able to get under it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, today not to be.
It's the thing that, and it's something you've mentioned a couple times, Eddie, not only does it make it hard to catch, but it also, at any point in the throw, the course of the disc can be changed by the wind.
Right.
Looking for Burris. Wilson manages to get free in a phone booth for Groot's break as they go 11 over OaF's 7, a 4-point lead now.
Craddock doing everything he could to shut down that pass. It was just out of reach, so perfectly weighted pass from Groot, and they do take a 4-point lead, inching ever closer to 15.
Big shot from Schultz.
Oh, there's millimeters in that.
Yeah, good movement by Wilson as well to get that overcommitment from Liston.
Yeah.
Just the timing and recognition on that. You know, defense absolutely going 100% to try and stop everything there.
It's actually really amazing how quickly Craddock got back up again after diving for that stop. Yeah.
He's the bounciest player on the field. We've seen that happen a couple of times. When he hits low, he's back on his feet almost instantly. That's going to be a timeout call there, though, folks, with a couple of breaks to kick off the half there for the Groot side. And a 4-point lead over OaF. Now is a time where they probably need to take a moment to just reconsolidate both sides. You know, we've seen a few injuries on both sides of the disc at this point. Just nursing those injuries, making sure everyone's staying hydrated, and making sure that everyone is staying locked in to come back and kick off the remainder of the game. Still a race to 15, folks. 66 minutes on the clock. But please stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And credit to Chen and Maehr.
That was absolutely incredible.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Ulti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
But there is no better place to grow Ultimate than right here in Te Whanganuiatara. Troy Craddock for OaF with 4 goals, an assist and a block, putting an absolute ripper of a game out on your screens, folks. If you like what you see and you want to help us keep bringing the very best sport in the world, these phenomenal young athletes, to your screens, head on over to patreon.com/ultitv. Give us your spare change. Every little bit helps us get to where the action is. And right now the action is here at McAllister Park. Groot from Auckland, Groot's Y team. So they've done an XY split, which for those who may not know, just means that they've tried to split the power in the team evenly across all the teams they've entered here. They have a Groot X and a Groot Y at this tournament. Division 1 New Zealand Ultimate Championships 2026. Their opponents, OaF, Otago and Friends, a team pulled together from the Otago region. Down by 4, but still absolutely in this thing.
Yeah, even splitting XY Groot, still showing how much talent they have available on their club. Opening up a 4-point lead on OaF and getting closer to this victory.
Ridgeway pulling yet again. That's going to hang. And touchdown out of bounds. Haven't seen one of those hit the hill in a little while.
No, surprisingly, actually.
So Mance is going to brick that one, bring it to an 18-meter spot in front of the end zone. Horizontal stack from OaF here. Pantano play nearly got a touch. Chappell puts it up, looking for Mercer with an attack.
Whoa.
Ooh, Schultz with a bit of contact. It'll be interesting to see if there's a call there. Wouldn't be an unreasonable thing. Mercer with a great attack. An accepted foul call. Makes a lot of sense. Or definitely a foul call there.
Yeah, in my opinion, Schultz can't really make a play on that disc without running into...
Without
running into Mercer. So, yeah, to me, that should be...
Oh, no, that's a retracted call. This is going to be out.
Interesting.
Very much so. I mean, it makes sense. You know, it could have been a case of Mercer recognizing that after that first attempt, he maybe wasn't going to get a second attempt. And so even though the foul was unfortunate, it didn't affect his ability to make a second play, which might be the justification there. Ridgeway goes to Schultz. Finds Nankerval on the near sideline. Back around to Burris. Pantano play gets the reset. Back to Burris, to Schultz here. Ridgeway trying for a second. Can't connect. Pantano play. Couldn't keep that one off the turf. Just came in too low, too fast.
Yeah, unfortunately the grass counts as the ground, so even though it grazed the top of the grass, still counts as down and a turn.
Mance puts it long early. Looking for Whitaker. One and done. OaF back within 3. The score is 11-8.
It's that easy. Why not do that every time? Just one throw.
Yeah, just do it. Just put the disc up.
Yeah, just put it in the end zone.
Just throw it. But folks, if you believe that it's that easy, we suggest you come on down to McAllister Park and try it for yourself. There are plenty of discs And plenty of players with very, very sure hands. They will give you some very, very inviting targets to throw at. But it always pays to get a bit of first-hand experience as to just how hard it is for these teams to make it look as easy as they do.
Yeah, one thing that we have to try to explain as commentators is describing the conditions at times, because it's hard to tell, you know, how the wind is moving if you don't have trees or anything else. But yeah, rest assured, the wind today has been powerful, coming in gusts, coming in swirls, and these players are making it look way easier than it actually is to throw in this condition.
Hutchison puts up the pull for OaF to come down on defense now. Smith takes the first option. Snyder's marked by Misson. Looking to reset. Finds Armstrong, who shakes free of Chappell. Goes to Smith instead. Reddings stretching the deep space, pursued by Lilly. Inside break. Owen Sun puts the inside shot up, hoping it peels back. Irby with a late attack. Too much heat on that one. It's going to carry it out the back of the end zone.
Thought that was going in the coffee cart for a minute.
I do not think that disc needed any extra caffeine with just how far out the back of the end zone that one carried.
Hutchinson in no real hurry to get the disc back in play.
Craddock beautifully open. Sun puts a foot flash up, but can't stop it going through to Chappell. Lilly underneath the Blady up line. Hutchison getting good separation from Smith when he needs. Chappell finds Misson in strong position. Hutchison gets a good reset option. Faking the break to move the defense. It goes to Shimon. Hutchison puts through to Lilly for the score. A close quarters find on that one.
Yeah, there were very small margins to make those throws and managed to find a way through it, though. Getting some love. Got to show the love after a good catch like that.
Hutchison doing a good job to shake free of Smith. Reddings peeling off to try and cover that, but leaving Lilly open for the score.
It was well done by Hutchinson to hold on to the disc after that catch, as well, as there were two Groot defenders right on him. Yeah, could have easily dropped it there, although maybe would have called a foul had that happened. But he held onto the disc, which was really important because he had a teammate getting open for him for the score. And OaF pulling back within 2 now. Not out of it yet by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
We've got 15 minutes before soft cap as well.
Absolutely. Plenty of time for OaF to fire back and keep it a tight game. Having answered with a break of their own in this half. So it's 2 breaks to 1 in both halves, which is where that 2-point lead that Groot are holding on to by an increasingly narrowing margin is coming from.
Yeah, Groot will know they're an experienced club not to feel comfortable with any sort of lead in this sport. Although you'll take a lead over a deficit.
I don't know. It's no more dangerous place to be than 11 points on the board in an 11-9. You've got more to lose. Hutchison, though, with the disc for the pull. Long pull from Miles Hutchison, but it's well fielded by Nankervel through to Moore.
What a grab.
Great cover by Schultz there. Around to Nankervel. Comes low. Ooh. Schultz again.
I felt that one.
As soon as they throw to him, when he gets to stay on his feet, it's going to change the game. Lee Yo finds Smith. Big fake, pressured well by Hutchison. Goes back around for Moore, marked by Chappell. Puts the backhand up.
Lovely throw.
Ryan Smith for the score, and yet another hold.
Buttery smooth on that throw, just floated up perfectly.
Oh, just like a well-oiled machine. Groot able to put that one away. Back to 3 points, it's 12-9.
Only thing that would have ruined that would have been an unfortunate gust of wind. Luckily, one did not come, and that throw did exactly what he wanted it to do. Floated perfectly to the receiver. Ouch. Like I said, I felt that one.
Off the forearm, straight into frog pose. All that time in the yoga class is coming in handy, but Moore's going to put the big shot up.
Oh.
Smith almost alone in the end zone.
It's not the showiest throw in the world, but it's been one of my favorites of the game so far, actually, just because of how perfectly weighted it was.
Yeah.
How well extended his arm was when he released it.
It's hard to go past the fundamentals.
Exactly. That's the purest kind of Frisbee throw that you'll see there.
Ridgeway once again with the pull. Hand is up. Puts the pull.
Whoa.
Catching the wind, getting dragged out the near sideline.
Got to keep the spectators honest. Throw a few at them from time to time. Mance to take this to the brick mark.
Things kick off. Mance with it. Goes through to Scott. Glad to see him back on the field after that heavy impact he took before.
Lovely throw.
Finds Orange. And through. Sam Mercer. What a take there. Back to a 2-point game.
OaF makes quick, clinical work of that point. Getting back within 2 points. Giving themselves the belief that they can still win this game.
I mean, that really is what we've seen from OaF throughout the course of the tournament so far, particularly on their stream game against Putangi. Very much a second half team. A lot of their players really pulling out as many of the stops as possible to really pour on the pressure in the second half. And it looks like we might be seeing the same here.
That's well remembered, Blair. OaF was down maybe even more than this in their game against Putangi and clawed their way back. I think ended that game with 4 breaks in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a really strong finish.
Yeah, so yeah. Out of all the teams here, OaF can have the most belief that they have it within themselves to come back and win this game. 10 minutes. That's a lifetime.
Hutchison with the disc.
Nice floaty pull right to the corner. Long put.
Big shot
Can
looking for Riddings.
Yes.
Oh, well jumped in. Just as easy as that. Groot back up to 3 points ahead.
don't bother questioning the speed of any of these players. They've been training hard. They've been practicing. They've been running their wind sprints. They can run pretty much any disc down out there. The thrower's job just to put it up in the end zone. Let him get it. And jumped in beautifully as well.
Yeah. Just so far out ahead in that deep space. Despite great effort by Lily, it's not going to be enough to close the gap.
Shows us a disc just to make sure that we're aware. Yes, he did catch it. Leaving no doubt. Perhaps also for our benefit on the stream, showing all the viewers at home, I can catch a Frisbee. Here comes the ball.
Huge with a lot of flow. It's going to come down inbounds this time.
Whoa.
Oh, Orange still manages to secure it.
Scott keeping that in bounds.
Chapel at the halfway, marked by Ridgway. Puts it up.
Oh,
Good recovery by the defense, needing 2 players getting involved. Gets it to Ridgway, marked by Chapel. Aggressive attack by Schultz. Pantanople has separation. Oh,
Ooh.
Chapel with the steal. Foul called.
Oh no. A little discussion.
One of my favorite things is players who were so used to, you know, just recognizing, hey, the call was going to be accepted. Now you actually see, if we get to see it, once Ridgway makes the call, you see Chapel immediately go through the full motion for an accepted foul before the discussion happens. So looks like that's a retracted foul call, though. So Chapel is going to retain possession, I believe.
Great to see that good discussion from the players. Very amicable and well resolved and in a reasonable amount of time as well. So OaF with a chance to get back within 2 again.
Chapel pushes, manages to connect to Mance. Craddock through to Mance. Great cut by Scott. Ooh.
Oh no, did he? He may have re-aggravated the injury, or it might be a new one. They're counting
They're
the
calling
score.
it as a score. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, he had control of that and then took a tumble,
Ooh.
which led to the air quotes ground strip. So
Yeah.
the right call, I think, to make to consider that in.
Yeah, yeah. Looks to be in some pain, unfortunately. But let's watch that back. There was the earlier foul call that was retracted.
Chapel around to
What a great
Mance.
take.
So good.
To be young and flexible and fearless.
Faking off Mercer. Scott makes his move, gets out in front of Burris.
Looks like he maybe got his ankle clipped or... See another angle on it. Yeah, just tripped a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, had he not tumbled, he wouldn't have had to put that down.
Right.
But hopefully we'll be able to get an update and see how he's feeling in a little bit. Looks like he's stretching. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, as you say, Blair, I believe also is the right call. Call that in, so.
Hutchison with the pull.
Looks like that'll be bricked.
A Groot hold here takes them one away from a win. Less than 4 minutes before we hit our soft cap. Rory Moore to pick things up. A vertical stack for Groot, which we haven't seen from them that much throughout the course of this game, really.
Yeah.
Finds Yo. Irby cutting into the deep space immediately. Mance doing a good job of pressuring the next option. Tries for the line shot. Layout from Craddock.
Often when there's a big athletic play like that, we find ourselves calling Craddock's name. He's throwing his body through the air left and right. Always seems to be involved in those big plays.
Hutchison manages to go back. Oh, puts the brakes on. Big shot. Woo! And an injury called.
Yeah, there was an injury quite a ways back in that play, and it just took the rest of the players some time. It was quite a ways away on the field, so they couldn't hear. There's often a lot of yelling on the sidelines, so sometimes hard to distinguish what people are actually saying. So yeah, that play continued for quite a ways after the injury happened. So it'll be interesting to see. What a great take there.
Yeah, really good recovery by Whitaker.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this call is resolved and where the disc will restart play.
Looks like it will continue from there, I think. So we'll just wait for confirmation.
Yeah, maybe agreeing that although there was an injury, it didn't affect the play, which the way that I saw it, I think is the right call, but we'll see. It's up to the players to resolve, of course.
Looks like players are going to be returning to maybe where they were when the catch was made, because with those couple of extra connections following the reception there by Whitaker.
We're in a really interesting position because there's about 6 players that are a good like 20, 30 meters behind the rest of the play, who all kind of crowded around the injury. And then there's the group further upfield who continued the play. So you don't often see this position. All right, so disc finally coming back in.
Reset to Chappell. Working the midfield for Craddock. Floaty inside. Hutchison right on the doorstep. Whitaker shakes free of the defense. Lilly attacking that front corner. Through shot to Mance. And that is going to put them back within 1.
Here we go.
13-12, folks.
I've seen this movie before, Blair. That was some really intense, really good defense from Groot, actually, but that last throw just threaded through. Let's watch that again.
Hutchison has the option there.
Wow.
Yeah. No real mark around him. I think Yo recognized the threat a second too late. Wasn't able to get there. But as we said, OaF have been a second half team.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want is to face a second half team who's better in their second half than you were in your first, because that's how you give games up. So our soft cap having gone during that point, we finished it. We have a score of 13-12. We'll add 1 to the high score, and that is our new target. So we're looking at a race to 14 now. 1 Groot hold is going to see them walk away with a win. So we're not going to see any more Groot pulls. OaF need to get a break and then another break if they want to win this game.
But as we've mentioned a couple times already, they know they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They just did it yesterday.
Mance, who has been playing incredibly well for this OaF side.
Yeah, we've definitely been calling his name a lot today, and well-deserved. He's involving himself in the offense. Being that sort of, you always want that player that's sort of that calming presence that you know that you can rely on in the middle of the handler space. He's certainly been that today.
The hands are up from the Groot side. Hutchison for the pull, who again has been doing such great handler work for this OaF side, especially when they're able to generate those turns and play pressure after getting a defensive turn. Yo finds Smith. Redding's cutting deep already. Owen's son. Craddock comes in with arms wide open. Smith through to Yo. Puts the big shot up, hoping to finish the game, looking for Sun. Craddock over the top, and it's a turn, and it's a necessary one for OaF here. A heartbreaking one for Groot. Now they've got to play defense. If they get broken here, they have to come out again. Hutchison on the disc. Reconnects with Mance. The through shot goes to Connolly. We're seeing a call again.
Is it an injury? What was it called? A
Little unclear, although it looks like we're going to see a substitution. It's going to be Schultz to come on.
Yeah, injury.
Waiting for the check-in. Players live. Connolly goes around to Manson. It's going to be considered up. Safe call there. Slight overthrow as he looks to connect with Whitaker, and Groot have a chance to put the game away here. About 35 meters or so from their end zone. Moore was looking for upline, decides instead to reset back around to Smith. Redding's there as a reset, pushing into the upline space, slams the brakes on, manages to get away with it. Continues pushing, finds Sun. Good attack by Schultz. Who's his next option? Putting it through for Reddings, off the fingertips.
Yes.
Irby with the recovery there. In a great spot to put that one away for the Groot side as they go 14 over OaF's 12. Heartbreak for the Otago side. Not able to stage the phenomenal comeback that we know that they're capable of, that we've seen and recorded for you on stream. But still, incredibly well fought in the second half. Just the balance of power tipping slightly in favor of GrYYt. We're going to get to see that again.
Yeah, very fitting that this game should end on a play like that. If you remember, we saw those bobbles in the beginning of the game. So, yeah, very fitting and a well-deserved win by Groot.
Yeah.
They earned it. And OaF had their opportunities.
Absolutely.
So, they may get a rematch in the later rounds. That's a great classic celebration there.
No, they
Doesn't
will
get
be
better than that.
They will be very, very happy about that. But that is going to bring us to the close of the coverage for this, the third round of the second day of the 2026 Ultimate Championships in Te Whanganui-a-Tara, Wellington. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful game. But please stay tuned, folks, because we're going to be back pretty soon with one more game for you from the women's division, and what a joy it's going to be. So stay tuned, folks. We'll see you in the next one. But until then, my name is Blair Monroe.
And I'm Andy Russlin.
Stay tuned.
TV.